Jen and Beans here with girlydohairstyles.com. We're going to do an updo on Beans' hair today. It's one that I did as a midweek hairstyle that I've had on my list to do a tutorial on for a little while. So how we're going to work with this is we're going to work it into 3 sections. The first section is this occipital area. It's the bottom part, and then the next one will be from about here across in the midsection, and then you'll have your top section, your crown. And some people like to part it and have it all parted at first. I just like to part it as I go. The hair is all pre-curled today, just to make it a little bit of a nicer updo. So after you part out your first section, you're going to divide it into 3 subsections. So I'm using the middle one first. I'm going to put in a little bit of hairspray, and you just kind of are going to back comb it just a little, just to give it a little bit of hold. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to divide that into 3, and you're going to braid it. Now don't worry about the ends getting a little bit tangled. That's actually kind of what you're wanting. So I have like this area that's gotten a little bit tangled. Go ahead and flip it through your braid, and that's going to help hold it. Loosen up some of the hairs in there in your braid, and then follow how it bends and secure it with the bobby pins. And you're going to do this with each of these little areas. You'll have a couple flyaways. You just kind of have to fold them into the style. Okay, so then you've got your next area. Remember just to rough it up a little. Not a ton. Don't get crazy. Then braid it. You want the ends to tangle a little. Put it through. Loosen. Kind of a messier updo style also, but it's super easy, super cute. Always cross over your bobby pins. Okay. Okay. Through, loosen, and place. Now one thing you're watching for is that you have balance from one side to the other. See, I've got a few bigger ones on this side, so I'm just kind of tucking those little bigger spots. Just kind of making sure they cross over. Woo. Another bobby pin so that they're nice and secured. Okay, next section. Now this whole thing kind of ends up in the back. Now with this one, I'm going to actually divide it into maybe 4 areas rather than 3. 4 little subsections. Okay. So braid. Flip it through. Loosen. And because of how we flip that through, I mean, look, it's gonna hold pretty well. So you've got a good little securing system doing it that way. So because we have the curl in there, the ends look good even if they kind of pop out a little bit. And as long as you're crossing over your bobby pins, this will hold very well. Okay, I'm going to keep working right here for a minute. And we're just going to kind of work these sides in. Okay. Now again, I'm directing the braid kind of back towards the back now because that's where the style is. So I want this smooth. If I'm pulling it over here, it's not going to be smooth. So, oh, flip. Okay. So we're getting this nice little updo. So with the top section, this is where you can kind of get a little bit creative. Once I get up there, we're almost there. Okay, so far we have all the bottom part done. Now with this part, this is where you can decide to get a little bit more creative if you want. We're going to kind of leave a little piece out over here and a little piece out over here. Then I'm going to go back to my 3s. And again, I'm not too worried. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I'm not too worried about my partings on this, because uneven partings kind of blend over each other a little bit better than if they were precise. So kind of smooth this. Spray. Rough up your texture a little. Now on this one, the only difference is you want to kind of make sure that that's a little bit smooth right on the top there before you start braiding. Okay. Okay. Just fold it over. Secure it into your style. Smooth the top. Since this is your top layer, you actually want to take that into consideration a little bit. And braid. Tuck those ends under as you need. Oops. So, tuck it through. Pull them out as the last time, so I'm trying to make sure you got that technique down. We did that several times. We did 3, 4, and then 3 on top, and I'll show you what we're going to do with these extra little hairs that we've left out. not let your bobby pins be seen as you're working too. That ruins it for me for any kind of style when you can see bobby pins all over. Okay, so you have this nice little updo right here. Now what you can do, depending on how you want to finish this, we're going to take this, and I'm going to braid it. Whoops, pulled out a hair. Notice I've used no elastics in this updo, so that's kind of nice. Okay, I accidentally pulled out a hair from this, so I'm just going to tuck that in and bobby pin that down real quick before it gets in my way and drives me crazy. Now with this, we're just going to kind of loosen it. Just a little bit, just to give a little bit of definition to this style. And we're just going to kind of weave it right in top here. And we're just going to kind of pin that. And this just kind of gives it a little bit more of a boundary to the finished look with that braid in there. Okay, so you got a little bit of definition in there, so we're going to do the same with this side. And now I'm not letting the ends tangle up because I want it to be a little bit smooth just along the top here. We have our braid. We're just loosening some. I'm being a little bit more picky in this area about my loosening. In the bun itself, or in the updo, the style in the back, I'm not so precise because it just gets twisted together. Whoops. But in this one, being careful about the amount that you pull out is kind of a big deal. So. Okay. Sorry, just a few more bobby pins in this top part, just to make sure it's nice and smooth and sharp. And we are good to go. That's nice updo right there. So put your head down for a minute. Put a little bit more hairspray in there. Make sure that all the holes are covered up. And you have a nice cute little updo. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please subscribe.
And I